views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Shaping Life. Shaping Life is where we discuss all things health and we connect with the right people and information to set us on a path to being our best selves. And I'm your host, Trish Curling. So before we start today, I just want to tell you that I have a very special, not really an announcement, but just a special statement that I'd like to make at the end of the show. So I hope you stick around to the end. But today, my very special guest is a very dear friend of mine, and she's a business productivity consultant, and her name is Karem Mieses. Karem, welcome. So happy to have you here today. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Karem before we bring her on. Karem works with service-based parentpreneurs to build automated systems that will give you the time back to create impact for your family with your presence. She works with you to get you back to doing not only income-producing activities that can be leveraged, but really to help you to give yourself that time that you need to live a balanced life. She has helped hundreds of clients build optimized processes and systems in their businesses to become profitable. So you might be thinking, why are we talking to a business strategist today? But you're going to really be in for a treat to stick around and find out why we're talking to Karem today. So Karem, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us where you're based and where you're joining us from today.
Hey Trish, first thank you for having me here. I am beyond excited. I'm right now in Jacksonville, Florida. So,
Excellent. And the warmth. I'm freezing.
I know that I am freezing in 64 degrees. It's gonna kill me.
I don't want to hear that. So, Karem, not only are you going to share your expertise today about business, but you're also going to be talking to us about really why health and wellness should be a priority as entrepreneurs, as parents, why it's vital to actually creating a successful business. But I want to go back first. I want to have a look, before we get into the business side of things, I want to look at your own personal transformation. So let's take a look at this. Look at that, April 2010. That's where you were, and we'll talk about your after photo in a moment, but tell us about who Karem was in that before photo.
Oh my gosh, I don't even recognize that person anymore. I was really sad. I had a lot of things and stuff going on for me, and a lot of people would, from the outside, would think, oh, she had it all. She had a business. I had 25 employees reporting to me. I have a private consulting firm here in Jacksonville. I had 2 beautiful kids at the time, a husband, the house, the car, but I was so like miserable. I was just sad. It didn't matter. It was really hard for me just to sit down and enjoy. I always thought I need to be doing. And I couldn't even enjoy my kids. It didn't matter what I bought or what I did. I always wanted more, and nothing made me happy.
Wow.
So it was not a good place.
Not a good place. Absolutely. So what changed for you?
Right. That was at my highest weight. And then I said, okay, so I need to start taking care of myself. And I've been a dancer my whole life. I'm 45 now, and I dance all the way. I tried to start doing that. It's not consistent. I told everybody what to do, and I didn't apply anything for me. You have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. And I was not doing it for me. My self-worth was tied to how much I was doing
Mm.
and related to the business and related to productivity in a and maybe we're going to get more into that, but I tied my net worth at productivity in the sense of doing more, doing more, doing more, doing more.
Oh man, and as
So
entrepreneurs, we're so guilty of that, right?
yes. And even as moms, if you're just a stay-at-home mom, it's like we need to be doing more and more and more, and that we need to earn the right to sit down for 5 minutes. And even
Right.
it drives me crazy, like sitting down for 5 minutes. Like it was so boring to watch my kids play. And it was like, oh my God, I'm a terrible mom. And there's a lot of
Hmm.
guilt. So I started, and all of a sudden, I lost 10 pounds and I got pregnant again.
Oh my
And on that
goodness.
yeah, and in that pregnancy, I gained 70 pounds. Like at the end, I
Wow.
had 70 pounds overweight, and I was border pre-diabetic. And the doctor
Okay.
say, listen, if you do not take care of you, you are gonna be a diabetic, and that runs in my family, and that completely freaked me out. So
Absolutely.
that's when I really took it seriously, and I started working out in my house to the voice of Tony Horton and with a lot
Ah.
of critics in the background telling me that, oh, you're crazy. Why are you doing this to yourself? You don't have to do this. You have a baby. And I keep pushing play. I don't know if it's just that Tony Horton is as sarcastic as my husband, but I started to love him. I started to love him and looking forward to it. And even the kids started to know that nap time
Right.
was, yeah, it was the time that I was going to work out. And I guess that they were starting associating with the voice in the DVDs to nap time. So it worked out uh, because it was my time, and I could tell you that that time for me to work out, uh, it started to become uh, like a ritual for the first time ever, like my time. I didn't have that since my
Hmm.
early 20s when I was dancing. And at
Wow.
this point, I was about 36.
Hmm.
So it's a journey.
Wow. And we can see how that can just totally get lost in, like you said, not only being a business owner, but just being a parent and, just tending to life, and you just lose yourself on the way. And that's, not something that we can do forever. You just end up being burnt out. Let's have a quick look at a clip of you working out with your kitties when they're little there.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, wow, 13.
So, a perfect example of it's not easy, but we can still get it done with the kids. Right? So,
Yes, it's a matter of uh, like practice, like anything. You need to practice. You keep doing it, and maybe by the hundredth time, like things start to get into place. But yeah, that definitely was a flashback.
and you mentioned Tony Horton and Beachbody just before we looked at the clip. So, you actually ended up being a Beachbody coach. So, talk to us about that time.
Yeah, so at that time, I decided to close my office. So it was basically all my life I've been working. I've been working on a business or making money or doing something business related since I'm 12 years old. So
Oh, wow.
my first actual business was when I was 14, and with my sister, we made dance skirts.
Oh, no way.
So it's been going, going, going. Yeah, so uh, we started to do that like a hobby, and then it came up, and it was like amazing because in Puerto Rico they didn't bring them, or whoever brought it, they were really, really expensive.
Right.
So I've been always driven by that, and the fact of making that decision, I'm closing my office. I need a time. My kids need a sane mom because
Yes.
both worlds were pushing me into opposite directions so much that I needed a change. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody's different, but at that time, I really needed a change. So when I started working out, I finished P90X.
Mm-hmm.
I had an amazing transformation with it, and I was so grateful for Tony Horton. And I got on the mail on a Beachbody communication that there was a summit and that you get to work out with them. So
Oh,
my
wow.
motivation to into Beachbody is that okay, so I'm gonna do it. Let's see what I can do so that I can make it because I was not working and bringing to the house what I was before. So I'm like, I need to pay for that trip myself. So that was the motivation. Little did I know that when I went to that summit, that opened my eyes to an infinite possibilities of I can still have a business and do it everything from my house.
Ah, I love it. So I
Like
want to
I
continue with
didn't
that.
know. I didn't know. So it was oh my god, like the light at the end of the tunnel, and it was not the train coming at you. You know.
That's brilliant. I want to continue with this story when we come back. We'll see you soon on Shaping Life.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
So I just wanted to show that clip too because I say, man, Karem, you don't play around. You got right into it from that before pic to changing your life, and we were talking before the break about that shift and that enlightenment that happened, I guess, when you went to do the live with Tony Horton. So continue with that a little bit more.
Yeah, so I went there and again, like in 2 months, I made $1,500
Wow.
just part time to cover for my trip. And also I was like so in because I need to meet this man. I got a bunch of bonuses and getting into exclusive training and because I got a bunch of points which I didn't even understand what was that. I didn't know that it was multi-level marketing. I had no idea. I just went in with the hope with because of gratefulness. I was
Right.
so grateful for this man that that's what I ended up doing. And when I got there, I'm like, oh, so this is actual business. This is not a hobby.
Right.
People actually make money with the fitness thing. So yeah, so I saw it as first a change for me because I needed it. I didn't have to lose everything that I built business wise and in my career and my education.
Right.
And at the same time, it was, but if this failed, it doesn't matter because this is not my thing. So
Right.
probably because I didn't put that pressure on myself, I end up growing it
Wow.
to $500,000 a year.
Oh my
And
goodness.
so it and and it was because I didn't put the pressure on me. And that's
Mm.
when I started to open my eyes to personal development. And the same network introduced me to people like Wayne Dyer and Brendan
Mm.
Bouchard.
Mhm.
And because personal development is so important in the community. And I was like, oh my God, people like actually make money because they are motivating others. And
Right.
then on my summit, I went there and I saw a speaker, Josh Cox, and I saw him and I said, that's what I want to be doing. I want to be doing what he's doing.
Incredible.
That changed everything, because it was basically, okay, so now I've been talking to people for 3 years about fitness and how to do all this. I had a team, I have people counting on me, and now I'm switching gears again.
Yes.
So it was another transition. And I have to tell you, Trish, that if it wasn't for fitness and my routine, I can tell you that fitness was, I'll say, oh no, don't say that, I'm gonna say it anyway. Fitness is my religion. Like, it's where I get peace, it's where I get quiet, it's where I reflect. The best content and ideas and peace and harmony, anything good in my life has come to be because of a workout session.
Absolutely. That's such an important statement that you made, because I was going to ask you, how do we connect those? What's the contribution of that wellness aspect or that wellness piece that contributes to your business? And you're talking about creativity. So expand on that a little bit.
Well, there's a lot of science, without getting all geeky into it, but there's a lot of science that supports the fact that when we release endorphins, and which come really like natural, and a lot of it when we are working out, you get to be more creative. And also when you are working out, you practice. It's the only thing that I have found. I mean, I'm all into productivity, and I've read so many books about it. There's nothing that I have found that trains you to be focused and disciplined and have willpower and that inner strength of redirecting, and even the grit to take charge of your life. Nothing trains you like working out and prove yourself that you can do it, because it's very hard in a regular life, if you are not training for it, when somebody asks stuff from you and you have to say no.
Yes.
If you need to do something really hard, and it's like, oh my God, may I do it? But man, if you did a headstand in the morning, you can do it.
Right, that's true.
You are going to do it because you already proved to yourself that you can do hard things. So nothing trains your willpower and your grit like working out, and working out hard. Like, you need to be pushing yourself every single time, and you're gonna have like amazing results in your business. Plus, when you are working out and doing these moves that are really strenuous, or things that are new to you, you are just thinking into one thing. So it isolates all the noises, or the garbage, or the gremlins. It completely isolates them. So for me, it works way better than meditation, because for those of you that don't know, I have ADD, attention deficit disorder. And I have it on the low spectrum, but I struggle with doing just one thing. My mind, million times, and I'm training the physical body has helped me witness my thoughts, and seeing meditation and silence as seeing everything that is going on in my mind, like a movie, and affecting me. Beautiful. And what I tell like my clients, if you are not like, what can I start doing right now? Like, immediately I always say two things. Start doing an inventory of your time, like take track of everything that you do in a week, instead of tracking what you are eating and the workouts. Track what the heck are you doing, so that you know how much time do you have. And the second thing, start fueling yourself right, and start working out. Just get the tennis shoes and go for a walk.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Start pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone.
You said some really key things there. So not only the creativity, but the focus. You said the grit, the drive. The ability to overcome challenge, and then being able to take that and translate that into your business. Oh, we've lost Karen for a second, so hopefully she'll be able to get back. Oh, here she is. But yeah, those are some really key things that we need, not only as anybody who's just day to day working at a job, but as entrepreneurs specifically that we're speaking to today. So you mentioned meditation as well. Can you talk about some of the other things that are a part of your self-care routine?
I do enjoy meditating. It's very hard for me, as I told you, but I need to have silence.
Yes.
And I have discovered throughout all these morning routines that a lot of people advocate in general media is, okay, this silence work, find what works for you.
Right.
But you need silence. And my go-to no-fail silence time is putting up makeup. When I'm putting up makeup, it's silence, absolute silence.
Yeah.
And then one time I listened to Wayne Dyer about how he starts like meditating, how he started. And it was like counting and breathing with your fingers. Like you breathe at one and breathe at two, and you are counting and you are moving because you are focusing on something external.
Right.
And it starts like quieting mind. And I said, oh, that's why when I put my makeup on, I go blank.
Yes.
So it's breathing slowly, and it doesn't have to be long. It's 5 minutes, especially if I start feeling overwhelmed. I go back to that, to breathing, to counting, and even 5 minutes. And you are a big advocate of this. Do not overcomplicate it.
Right.
Just meet where you are at. And your teachings also have reassured me in the stuff, because as you can see, I go like all full in on everything, and it's like you don't have to, but absorbing that benefit. Silence is definitely key. Like if it's and for those of you that are watching, if you feel like meditation, just the word is too heavy on you, think about it as having silence time, quiet time, just feel.
I love it. Those two things, again, a nice balance, creating that grit, drive, work, that hard workout, but also creating that silence and just time to be quiet. Brilliance, Karen. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the business side of things, exactly what you do and how you help all of your clients so brilliantly. See you soon on Shaping Life.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Talk about the pillars of your business, which are clarity, consistency, community, and conversion. And you were thinking like, yeah, that's a lot of like theory. But specifically, we get that through our brand, incoming leads all the time, traffic to you, leads, offers that.
Great. So that was a nice little sneak peek of your business boot camp, but we're going to get to that a little bit later. But I want you to talk about exactly what you do, and like I said, who are the people that you help?
Yes, I help, I said parentpreneurs, because I enjoy very much working with women and men that are raising their kids. Like when you have a business, a family business, the dynamics of it are very, very different. And myself, I've had coaches and I have taken courses, and many times, like I have made a lot of friends in them, and they always have asked me, but how do you went through all this? How did you completed all this? And I started to realize that it's because I have kids and I have a system as a project manager to go through it all with all the demands. And I thought everybody did it. And then I realized, no, not everybody does it this way. I thought everybody like worked from a list and a calendar and whatnot. And even though that what I help my clients is to find other sources of revenue, increase their profitability through automation, I started saying, man, no, that's not what makes me different. It's understanding that when you have a family, you have to have other systems in place.
Right.
And you need to honor the calendar differently, and you need to honor yourself differently than if it is a corporate job where there are teams and employees, and it's like the dynamic is very, very different. And what I see in the marketplace a lot, that a lot of the training that is out there is based on the model of corporate America, and that's not the truth for, I can tell you, 80% of the businesses.
Yes. And you have some, like you're talking about a little bit about the tools and strategies you use. So there's one here that we have about that people can access to download about decluttering your to-do list. So this is a great one because you made a little bit of reference talking about how, you know, things are different. We need to think about how we can actually set up our systems so that they work for us as parentpreneurs. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, and that's I think that is the one that I have like that most downloads, because it is, and it applies to anybody, even if you are building a business or not on your career, because it's okay. So this is how much time I have, and I mentioned it before. Like the first thing is your time inventory. Like select every in the calendar throughout the day, where are you really spending time? Where is it? Because we all have 24 hours, we all have 7 days, but unfortunately, because of media and the rush that we live in and the stressful society that we live in, we start taking stuff that shouldn't be on our plate. And we need to start recognizing that. And if you only put on your calendar the things that you are committed to, and you highlight, okay, so these are all my commitments, which is what I usually do on Fridays. Okay, this is all my commitments next week. How much time is empty? How much is blank space? And then I schedule the things that I want to be working on. And on that download, I work you through each one, and it is a workbook. Like you fill it out step by step. And then the other thing that I added, this is something new that I added last week. It's steps, because if you are building your business, like if you want a physical transformation, not everybody is the same.
Yes.
Like we have, you can go, and there are so many repeated ideas on different downloads about increasing your email list and or messenger bots, and all of these other people are doing what the other people are doing, and know why exactly are you doing it. So I based on the assessment that I do with a client, like my initial step is going through a questionnaire to see where they are, so that we can map out, okay, what are the steps to get where you want to go. And I go through the questionnaire, and I've been going through that questionnaire since I started in management consulting in 2002.
Oh my goodness.
So I have done so many freaking times that I know what is the report, and I ended up classifying 4 types of blueprint or roadmap per stage. So there are 4 stages of a business. So if you take the quiz is going to tell you, okay, so you are in this business stage. These are the steps that you should be taking. And that way you can focus, and that way your how-to guide to declutter your day, it's going to be taken to a next level, because you're going to say, okay, so what am I supposed to be doing? Instead of trying everything anything, having a clear idea of, let me go to the basics. Let's establish this foundation. Let's make sure that all these steps are running correctly. And then you add the bells and whistles.
I
but
love
if
that.
the foundation is right, that's where we start like stumbling upon things. Because we are downloading and Googling and pinning and YouTubing
So
stuff
true.
that, yes, information. I'm not going to say it's bad information for you. And are you implementing that information in the right order that is going to get the best result specifically to you under the conditions of your environment, aka your family and your resources?
Yes. And I love that,
So
Karem.
that's what I call geeky.
I know, I was like, I can feel the passion. But I love that. And I have to make a comment here about how much that contributes to our mental health, especially as business owners or whatever we're doing, parents, because again, that organization piece, I mean, the anxiety, the stress of, spinning your wheels and trying all these different things that you're talking about, maybe I should try this, maybe I should do this. If we have a system that we can really follow, that's going to alleviate so much anxiety and stress. So our mental health, obviously, in putting these things in place are going to be, it's going to help us so much. So tell us about the business boot camp in Jacksonville that you recently did.
Oh, that was so much fun. I love training, but because of the changes that I did in my family, I haven't taught a live class in 7 years. Exactly the age that my youngest have now.
Wow.
And what we did basically was going through all the framework inside my online academy. And we did it live, and the benefit was, first, I absolutely believe in the one-on-one interaction. You are there, you are with other people, so you do more and more efficiently and more effectively than if you start scheduling your time. It's a great way. But when you are like, the magic of being with the energy of other people that are working towards the same goal, it's like working out in a fitness group. It's like the magic and the power there is so different. You put the bar so much higher. You do things that you are not going to do alone in your living room.
Right.
So I had a blast. I made like amazing networking and friends. And also it was a great, on the personal level, and we're like, oh my God, I know what I'm saying. I'm helping these people. Many times we do not give ourselves credit because we are too close to our. So I expect to do it in January again. So this is something that I want to do two times a year, in January and then with the back to school, because are great ways for parents to get on the move of things, which is so I'm looking forward to the next one. This was the first one. We learned a lot about with the old that we get, and obviously the technicalities of putting an event together. So I know that the next one is going to be so much better, and I would be able to get in more people, because this one, since it was new to me, I made it like really small. Like I only sold, there were only 12 spaces. I wanted to give feedback to the people there.
Right.
I didn't want 200 people, and then it's the same if I'm in the online academy, I cannot answer everybody's question.
Absolutely.
I wanted to do more like high level and have that experience of the mastermind, that yes, we are all working towards this, but having feedbacks from peers and professionals to validate your path.
I love it. Amazing. So you've got the online presence, which is huge, that you're working with, and now you've implemented again this in-person interaction, which is wonderful. When we come back, we're going to be talking about your podcast, Life Boss, Becoming Unstoppable, and also the book that you contributed to, Dear Time. So we'll see you back in a moment.
World-famous spiritual astrologer and psychic Pandit Sai is born to serve people. He's an expert on palmistry and horoscope. He can handle all problems and give Vedic solutions for business, job, love, marriage, husband and wife problems, children, personal, and many others, including depression. He also performs pujas to clear all sorts of obstacles. Call Pandit Sai and see changes in your life now. 647-766-1419, located at 2895 Derry Road, East Mississauga, Airport Road and Derry.
Hello everyone, my name is Jermaine Chambers, and I'm very excited to tell you about the newest political and current affairs program coming here to Brampton. It's called On Point.
The first step of true reconciliation is learning more about one another.
Join us on Tuesdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we discuss all the issues.
I will never forget the trust you put in me.
Municipal, provincial, federal, and any issue of national importance we will talk about on Point. So do join us.
Welcome back. We're back with Karem. And Karem, we said we were going to start talking about your podcast that you do with both of our dear friend, Julia Balto. Julia was actually my very first guest on the show, as you know, and maybe the audience can reference as well. You remember we did a wonderful talk with Julia about mental health. She's a transformational coach and a brilliant woman. So talk to us about the podcast and tell us about how the episodes help to contribute to not only business, but also our self-care and our health as well.
Yeah, so in the podcast, we wanted to address the need for podcast, like not you just listening and stuff, but after each podcast, we give you one experiment to work on your mindset and your life. It is not just for business people, but for overachieving women that want it all. It doesn't matter if you have a thriving career or a business, or you are like super rock star mom in the PTA and in charge of the school. Like, it doesn't matter, because this is women supporting women because they go all in. And because they go all in, at times they are overwhelmed. So how do we order our space and make sure that at least we are doing something for us and to redirect and refocus our mental strength a week? One thing a week that we can do. So every topic has one experiment for you to try that week. And we are finishing the year with a 5-part series in goals. It's going to be very different because it's how to help you set the tone for the rest of the year and take 2020 by storm. So I'm so looking for that one. It starts on the 18th, and there are 5 episodes. We created a workbook for that one.
Love it.
And we're really excited because both of us used to do, like, prior years, we did something for the end of the year for our clients and our tribe. And we said, why don't we do something together and like amp the energy around it? And something that can stay there forever. Oh my gosh, we have a podcast. Let's do it there. We are very, very excited about it because it will be closing our season of the podcast, which is brand new, and we have been so consistent with it. And it's going to be something that is going to be there. And goal setting and planning and recentering your life is something that we need throughout the year. It's not a thing that it is at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year. It's something that should be there consistently. So we wanted to put it on a place that is a resource that we can always share with our tribe.
I love it. Amazing. And I love that, especially that little piece that you said about having that experiment or that work to do at the end. So it's not just about listening, but you're actually implementing as well. And that's huge. That can really take a shift or help us make a shift. So wonderful. Let's talk about one of the books you contributed to called Dear Time. Tell us about that.
Guys, before saying that, I have to say that I don't have a housekeeper and I don't have an app. just listening at Trish, I'm like, oh crap, really? I have to know that. Talking about getting right to yourself. No, I still need to do my own things. But yeah, it's this one. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, Dear
Yeah.
Time is my
Awesome.
favorite. I hold it to my heart because first and foremost, this is something that I put out there on the universe probably when I was 5. My
Wow.
dream was to have a book, and this opportunity landed on me without me pursuing it. Somebody dropped out of those books both times, with the first one and the second one. People drop off, and somebody reached out to me to see if I wanted to complete the book.
Wow, that's incredible.
And they are magical. Dear Time is one that I hold to my heart because a lot of my ideas were implemented in the book as a whole. It is a collaboration. My chapter is chapter number 4, taking care of the me in time. And that whole book was supposed to be just storytelling, and we changed it into basically a workbook. So inside each chapter, there are activities for you to do to take charge of your time, have time on your side, and do the things that you keep postponing. Do the things that you say, oh, I will do it later, or I don't have time now, or maybe this is not for me, or the things that keep coming up to you. No matter what, those are things that if they were not for you, the universe wouldn't have put it in your thoughts.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
those dreams, if they are in your head, is because you have the capability of achieving them. And with this book, you are going to have like a workbook tied with inspiration of other women that have already gone through a lot of stuff and how they have overcome it, and distilling practical steps into, okay, this is the one thing that I learned of this, and you should try this.
Love it. Amazing, amazing. Oh man, and I'm so proud of you for that, by the way. Let's talk about just briefly about your website. So if somebody wants to go there, what are we going to find at your website, Karem?
Oh, well, my website, brand new. Thank you for sharing that. That was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But yeah, it is live. I created an interactive version of my website. It is not a brochure anymore. So when you go there, you are going to have tools, and it starts with a journey. It starts with the quest. It starts with who am I, like from liking pizza and shoes to when did I graduated from high school. So you can do the math. And it moves into the tools that we have. We next year we're going to have a whole resources of the books that I have, and we are working on a video library so that you go there and you can start taking action. Like, even if you do not have the money to pay for my academy or to pay me or to pay anybody, I want to put something out there that people will say, man, that is worth sharing. That people will say, go here and check this out. This person helped me. Like, even if you don't see me, I would want to, like, chills. I want to create a community that you don't feel that you are screwed up and sold onto to every single website. And actually, it doesn't have any ads. Like, I didn't upload any plugin for any ads or any of that. I don't have time for that. So it's the way that I designed it was for you to be able to build your business sanely, meaning that it is in a way that you don't have to sacrifice family time, that you can honor your time and enjoy every moment that you have, because the journey is not, the end of the journey is not the sipping cocktails by the pool and seeing so far away. Like, that is not the end of the journey. You should have those moments in the way of the journey.
Absolutely.
Because the journey never ends. If we stop growing, if we stop learning, we start dying. It's just human nature. If we are not continuously transferring knowledge that we have, which is the nature of the human being, if we are not constantly sharing and helping others with what we have learned, then we stop growing.
Yes.
So why do we want to end our journey in a beach far, far away? And I'm like that's not the dream. That's the dream every Sunday.
Right.
but not like is the end all be all. So how do you find that in the okay? So with the resources that I have, what can I do right now? What can I honor so that the life does not slip away? Because I don't recall anybody that has died close to me
Yes.
or in any book that has said in their deathbed, I wish I would have worked more.
Right. Right.
So
Very true.
what am I doing here?
Very
I went there on a
true.
tangent.
So you're closing up very nicely here, Karem. One more piece of advice for those people that are in that position now where they're feeling a little, flustered, or maybe where you were in that picture that we showed at the beginning of the show today, feeling tired, overwhelmed. One piece of advice that they can do to start to make the shift. What would you say?
I would say to honor the person. We all have done amazing, crazy stuff in our life. That person on like 70 pounds overweight there reorganized a company $136 million in debt.
Wow.
I reorganized the company. That person on the other side saved her mom's house for being taken from the bank.
Wow.
That person there was able to fly at any time when my brother-in-law was with cancer and my sister didn't even know what to do with herself. Like there are moments in our life, everybody has awakened their inner person. So
Yes.
today I would tell you guys, believe that if you want to be in a better shape, if you want to have a better relationship, if you want to have a better career, if that I want this, then it means it's possible. Again, if not, it wasn't in you. And one resource that I would highly suggest for anybody, and it's not mine, is Wayne Dyer's book, The 10 Secrets of Success and Inner Peace. Get a book. Do yourself a favor. It is even in the library. It's in every single library out there. And take one of those a day, and you're going to see amazing power that is going to fire from within you to do absolutely anything that you want.
Beautiful, beautiful. And there, Karem, I want to thank you so much for sharing all that you did today. Parts of you, your life, your wisdom and your experience that you bring to your clients, and for sharing it with our audience today. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
So I do have a message that I said I was going to finish off with today. And I wanted to say that today the episode is dedicated to my brother. I'm going to take a moment. On November 8th, 2010, so 9 years ago, I lost my best friend. He himself had also started his business and was taking risk and taking a chance. And, he was a passionate guy. He loved to work out. He was very spiritual and so strong and such a huge influence and had such a major impact in my life. And so my message to you today and what I'd like to share is that whatever you're going after, whatever it is that you're experiencing, if it's hardships, financial, spiritual, health, anything that it is, just to go for it. And as Karem said in such wise and words today, that it is possible and that we can all make it happen. So I hope to see you next week on Shaping Life.